We got 7 levels of WWE wrestlers from the jobbers all the way to the main eventers and everything that's in between. So before we get started, make sure I hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and let's get into these levels.
These are the 7 levels of WWE wrestlers. Starting with
Look at this spot.
Starting with level 1, the jobber. The jobber exists.
Call me crazy. I like jobbers, bro. I like jobbers. Their job is to lose and get beat up and all that. But I kind of like a jobber that can get over the crowd, man.
For one purpose, to take L's and make other wrestlers look good.
Are we considering Miz a jobber? I thought Miz was like a mid-carder. Oh, we consider him a jobber? Oh, Heath Slater definitely is a jobber. Maybe that's why this picture's right here, because of Heath Slater.
These are the wrestlers who show up, take their beating, and disappear into the night.
Yep.
Most of the time, jobbers don't even get entrance music. James Ellsworth embodied this role perfectly as a chinless underdog who somehow stumbled into a storyline with AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. Kurt Hawkins set a record with 269 consecutive losses.
That's crazy. I can't see how you can be happy with that. But, I mean, look at Chelsea Green. As long as she's on TV, she says she's fine with it. So,
turning his jobber status into a full-blown gimmick. You also have the local enhancement talent who gets squashed in under 2 minutes to establish a monster heel like Ryback or Strowman. Some jobbers carve out lengthy careers in this role. Funaki spent years losing matches but became beloved enough to hang around as a backstage interviewer. Akira Tozawa remains stuck in catering.
Cause I don't even know they doing bruh the worst way. And the thing is, I ain't really seen him wrestle like that, but I see a lot of comments and stuff that said they say he can really wrestle. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just his size, I guess, and it just don't make it believable.
Occasionally emerging to get squashed by someone like The Miz or Rhea Ripley. The jobber's life
Bruh, no
is
way,
thankful
bro.
to
This
get
is
squashed by someone like The Miz or Rhea Ripley.
This is crazy, dog. I can't lie. This is why I cannot get behind this. If I was a wrestler, bro, I could not get behind this, dog. I'm sorry, bro. I can't.
The jobber's life
That's
is
damaging.
thankless. They arrive at the arena knowing they'll lose, collect their paycheck, and hope that someday they'll get an opportunity to climb higher and become a key part of the main roster. But while the jobbers start at the bottom of the barrel, some wrestlers skip this level and start directly at level 2.
What's level 2? The NXT star. I don't really know too much about NXT. I wasn't a really big NXT fan, but right now I keep up with NXT. I don't watch it, but I keep up with the highlights and everything that's going on. So
around 2014, NXT became the proving ground for upcoming stars and indie wrestlers to refine their craft before moving to the main roster. They're too big to be jobbers, but this is where the machine decides if you're ready for the bright lights of Raw and SmackDown.
Facts.
Shinsuke Nakamura arrived in NXT as a legit star from New Japan Pro
Chat,
Wrestling.
one of the best entrants as well. Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the best entrants. Phenomenal.
With a cult following.
Aura.
His matches against Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe were instant classics, and the King of Strong Style was soon moved to the main roster. Kevin Owens dominated NXT as the prize fighter before debuting on Raw by attacking John Cena and immediately establishing himself as a major player. Names like Samoa Joe, Asuka, Johnny Gargano, Aleister Black, and many more navigated this same level before getting called up to the main roster. Currently, stars like Trick Williams, Ricky Starks, Blake Monroe, and others in NXT are going through this same phase. They're champions and key players.
The big three, bro. Y'all, it's a picture, right? That's out. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on the WWE YouTube channel. The thumbnail of it. This picture is so hard, dog. Like, it's crazy.
Players in NXT, but WWE isn't confident enough to give them the call up to next level yet. This level is make or break because either you adapt and ascend, or you flounder here for ages before eventually getting released. But for those who survive the transition, the next level awaits.
The main roster, mid-card, okay. Level 3 main roster, mid-card, okay.
The mid-card is WWE wrestlers who appear regularly, have recognized...
And call me crazy, Chad. Obviously, the mid-carders aren't... I don't want to say as popular. I feel like they can. Actually, I feel like they can be as popular. I feel like a lot of the fan favorites are the mid-carders, bro. I think, who doesn't want to see Penta? You know what I'm saying?
Characters and occasionally win matches, but never threaten the main event scene. They might get a brief run with the IC title or the US title, but they rarely get a taste at the big gold that is held by the top dogs.
Yep.
Grayson Waller perfectly represents this level. He's good on the mic, decent in the ring, and wins enough to stay relevant, but loses whenever someone important needs a victory.
Yep.
He's in that comfortable zone where he's employed and featured on TV, but ultimately replaceable.
Yep.
Guys like Solo Sikoa, Damian Priest, Carmelo Hayes, and Rusev are other mid-card stars on the current rosters. Mid-card.
I feel like his levels to the mid-carder too. I actually do. I think his levels to the mid-carder. I think these two are mid-carders. They're definitely at different levels though. Let me go back.
Hayes and Rusev.
He called Damian Priest a mid-carder at a different level. I feel like Rusev and Grayson Waller and all them are on the same level. I don't think Rusev is on the same level as Penta in terms of mid-level card. In terms of, y'all know what I'm trying to say, man.
Are other mid-card stars on the current rosters. Mid-carders often wrestle in multi-man matches, challenge for mid-card titles, and work solid matches that people forget about by next week. Wrestlers can spend entire careers here, working hard, doing everything asked of them, but never getting that elusive push to the next level.
Some of them do, though.
But for those rare few who capture lightning in a bottle, they advance to the next level where real opportunities finally start to emerge.
Yep. Okay, so upper mid-card. Okay, so maybe... Let me get to this ad first, chat.
Your name on it.
Let me get to this ad.
Meet base 44.
So upper mid-card. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit. So maybe... So I guess I was kind of right. It is levels to the mid-card.
The upper mid-card is where wrestlers become legitimate stars without quite reaching the top of the mountain. These are the guys who main event B shows, challenge for world titles occasionally, and can be slotted into the main event picture.
Okay.
But they're not the face of the company. The Miz is the ultimate example of this level. He's a former WWE champion, multi-time Intercontinental champion, and one of the most reliable performers on the roster.
Facts.
He can cut promo.
One of the greatest heels, I think. One of the greatest. One of the greatest.
Work consistently safe matches, and elevate younger talent. But despite all his accomplishments, nobody genuinely believes The Miz will ever be the face of the WWE again. Dolph Ziggler spent his entire prime trapped here. He had the talent, the look, the crowd support, but WWE...
Dolph Ziggler had everything. I'm not gonna lie. He had everything. I don't know, bro. Maybe the writers and all of that, they just see stuff different than we do. I don't know. He had everything though.
Never fully committed to him. He'd put on great matches, hold the IC and US title, but whenever he got a world title shot, he'd lose and drop back to the mid-card. His career became a frustrating loop of almosts and what-ifs. Dominic Mysterio recently ascended to this level after feuding with John Cena and reclaiming the IC title.
Yeah.
He's not ready for the world title yet, but he's big enough to be a key part of the roster and feud with the major guys.
So a question, they say he's not ready for the world title yet. What gets them ready? Like, honestly, what gets them ready? I guess them holding the mid-carders. But the mid-card, they barely... Bro, I ain't seen Dominique wrestling in a minute.
Sheamus represents the ceiling of this level, a multi-time world champion who's respected, featured prominently, and can beat almost anyone on any given night. But his days of carrying the company are far behind him. The upper mid-card is simultaneously rewarding and limiting. These wrestlers make great money, work regularly, and have job security.
That's nice. That's what I like. They make money, have job security, and they work like... I mean, pretty good life. I ain't gonna lie.
But there's always that nagging question if they have what it takes to reach main event status.
Yeah.
However, when everything aligns perfectly, some wrestlers transcend this level and become true main event players.
Main event player.
Main event players are the wrestlers who consistently compete for world championships and headline pay-per-views, but haven't
Shout out to Drew.
quite become the undisputed face of the company. Seth Rollins embodies this level perfectly. He's a multi-time world champion, one of the best in-ring performers of his generation, and capable of carrying any major storyline.
Fashion god, fashionista, Mr. Drip King, like everything, all of that.
Consistently has major matches at WrestleMania. He's held the company together during transitional periods and reinvented himself repeatedly to stay relevant. But he's never been the guy in the way Roman Reigns or John Cena were. He's always been the number 2 option. CM Punk's WWE title run in 2012 demonstrated both
Bro, did he genuinely spit in
power
his
and
face
blue
right here?
option. CM Punk's WWE
Did he spit in his face right here?
title run in 2012 demonstrated both the power and limitations of this level. He became WWE champion and held the title for 434 days, but he was never positioned as the face of the company.
Really?
WWE still positioned John Cena
Bro,
above him.
I still remember this when he came back and I remember this. Bro, this is bringing back so many memories, man.
Giving Cena the marquee matches and promotional push while Punk main evented the B-level pay-per-views. Main event players are expected to deliver in high-pressure situations, work hurt when necessary, and help younger talent develop. They're not quite irreplaceable, but losing them creates noticeable holes in the card. Main event players rotate in and out of the title picture based on booking needs and creative direction. They might be champion for months, then spend the next year chasing or working programs with other main eventers. But there's one level higher, a level so rare that only a handful of wrestlers per generation achieve it.
Face of the WWE.
The face of the company isn't just the top star. They are the company in the eyes of casual fans and mainstream media.
Right.
These are the wrestlers non-fans recognize. The one who appears on talk shows and magazine covers.
Right.
Cody
Because it do be the same couple of people that be on the talk shows and stuff like that.
Rhodes currently occupies this role as the
But so when we say Seth Rollins, because I see Seth Rollins on a lot of stuff too. Like he be all on he was just on it was like I think it was a Prime game. He was just like doing some football stuff.
WWE champion. Before him, Roman Reigns held the throne after the longest world title reign of the modern era. These wrestlers don't just main event shows. The entire show is structured around their matches and storylines.
Right.
John Cena defined this level for over a decade as the PG era superhero. Love him or hate him, Cena was WWE's most reliable draw, their corporate representative, and their connection to mainstream audiences. WWE's entire business model revolved around Cena's availability and positioning. Hulk Hogan in the 1980s was the original template of this role, a cultural phenomenon who transcended wrestling and became a legitimate celebrity. Stone Cold Steve Austin during the Attitude Era embodied this level.
Legend, bro. I can only imagine. Like it doesn't hit the same when Stone Cold comes back. It hits the same, but it hits different when you're able to see him come out and actually wrestle and perform instead of coming out and just saying something or just imagine him coming out, walking out. You hear his music, that glass drops. And he at his peak, bro. He's at his peak. And you get to watch him at his peak. Like, I can only imagine that, man.
As his star power saved WWE from bankruptcy and defeated WCW in the Monday Night Wars. The face of the company carries
I also
immense
wish
pressure.
I also wish I was alive for this. Oh my God. I wish I was alive for this, man. Jeez.
Defeated WCW in the Monday Night Wars. The face of the company carries immense pressure. They make far more money than everyone else, but they also sacrifice privacy and sometimes their bodies to maintain that position. But even faces of the company eventually step aside, and if they've done everything right, they transition into something even more valuable.
Legend, okay. I was finna say Hollywood.
Why buy a new computer when you can save money instead?
Nah, I was finna say
PC Cleaner
Hollywood.
fixes
Legends are wrestlers who've transcended their active careers and become permanent fixtures in WWE's history. They're not grinding on the road full-time. They show up for major events, work programs with current stars to pass the torch, and maintain their mystique through carefully managed appearances.
Yeah.
The Undertaker was the perfect representation of this level during the later stages of his career when he'd show up during Mania season, defend his streak, and
I feel like that was hard. Just pop up during Mania season. And then after Mania season just dip. Then come back next Mania season. It was fire. Bro, I still remember this. He was confronting Shawn Michaels. And I don't know what it was. I remember this so clear. He had like some yellow or orange stuff on his face or something like that. Like, let me know if y'all remember that. He was talking to Shawn Michaels.
disappear for the rest of the year. Edge returned from a career-ending neck injury in 2020, and when he came back, he didn't need to rebuild his credibility. He was instantly slotted into main events, won the Royal Rumble, and challenged for world titles because his legend status guaranteed that he'd draw fans. The legend's role is crucial for WWE's continuity. They connect different generations of fans, wrestle in dream matches, and give current stars credibility through association.
100%.
Beating a legend doesn't diminish them. It elevates the younger wrestler while the legend remains untouchable because their body of work speaks for itself.
100%.
But a select few wrestlers ascend beyond this level and reach the next one where their name becomes immortal.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame wrestlers are those who defined entire eras and whose careers represent the absolute pinnacle of what's possible in professional wrestling. They don't just have memorable moments. They have moments that change the industry's direction. Names like Roddy Piper, The Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Hart, Dusty Rhodes. These guys weren't just legends.
Dusty. Shout out to Dusty.
They laid the foundation for what pro wrestling would become. Shawn Michaels is the Heartbreak Kid, Mr. WrestleMania, the Showstopper. A wrestler who literally wrote the book on how to perform at the highest level. His matches with The Undertaker at consecutive WrestleManias are considered the greatest in history.
I feel like, man, we should watch this together, bro. Let me know if we should watch this together, chat.
His latter match with Razor Ramon revolutionized the industry. The Undertaker spent 3 decades building the most iconic character in wrestling history. When Undertaker's gong hits, it doesn't matter if you're a current fan or haven't watched wrestling in 20 years. You stop and pay attention.
I wonder how he feels. Obviously he feels good, but bro, your face is known like everywhere, dog. I can look at Buddy right here. I've never seen this either.
Hall of Fame wrestlers become immortal. Their merchandise sells forever. Their matches get packaged in every nostalgia collection, and new generations discover them through WWE Vault and YouTube.
Facts.
But even among these immortals, there's one final level, reserved for the absolute rarest of performers who belong on the Mount Rushmore of WWE.
GOAT. Chat, how many GOATs do we have, chat? So chat, who are we considering the GOATs? Cena, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold. Let me know some more in the comments down below.
The GOAT is a title reserved for wrestlers who transcended the industry itself and became global cultural icons. The Rock is the ultimate example of this level. Dwayne Johnson became the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, then leveraged that into becoming the biggest movie star on the planet. His promos are quoted daily on social media. His matches are studied by every generation of performers, and when he returns for special appearances, it feels like a big deal. John Cena is another
100%.
undisputed GOAT. Due to his Make-A-Wish appearances and Hollywood career, Cena has ascended the WWE and become a mainstream figure that is known globally. What separates GOATs from Hall of Famers is cultural relevance. Hart are revered by wrestling fans, but The Rock and Stone Cold are known by people who've never even watched a single match in their lives.
So my question is, does that make them the GOAT though? Because I just feel like you should be the GOAT. I feel like that should be a different level. I feel like if you're famous for people not even knowing you for wrestling, I feel like you should be named the GOAT just off your ring and WWE stuff. Not because, oh, he went to WWE and he's the biggest Hollywood, maybe it's just me though. I just think that, bro, being called the GOAT, it should be strictly off of your in-ring, what you did under that W logo. That's what I think. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Also, let me know if Buddy missed any levels of I think he hit all of them actually. I definitely think he hit all of them. Let me know if he missed any levels. Also, let me know any other videos you think I should react to. I appreciate y'all clicking on. I'll see y'all next vid.